My father's Jerry Delgado. He passed away. He's in heaven. My mother's Velia Delgado, maiden name Pena. My wife is Claudia. We have 6 kids together. We got a blended family. So we got 4 in Texas and 2 here in Saginaw. So me and my wife, we've been married for 17 years. I met her in Texas. Before I came into the ministry, before I accepted Jesus to my heart, I was in the military. I did almost 15 years in the military. I did 9 regular Army. I did 6 National Guard. And just, the average military, drinking, partying, going out there, going around, hanging out with the friends, doing all that kind of stuff. And then I was just out there carefree. I thought I was enjoying life, but, God had a better plan for me. I seen the change in my life when it wasn't fun anymore. Little did I know back then that my niche in life was the call that God has placed on me. In the late set, like 78, 79, there was a big Pentecostal movement in the Saginaw area, a movement, and my mother and father were in that movement. And they would take us to church services. And that's just, I just knew that that's something that I wanted to be in, even at a young age, like 5 years old. They would put me on top of the altar, and I would sing songs, and I would mimic the pastors, and I would even jump off the altars because I was imitating what I was seeing. When I got out of the military, we came back to Saginaw. She came back to Saginaw with me, and then we found our church in the newspaper in a telephone book, and we called and we asked them what time the service was, and we went, and that was the church that I stayed at, and that was the church that they ordained me as a pastor at. I had my true encounter with God is when there was a part of my life when I had hit like totally rock bottom. I said, God, if you are who you say you are, you come and get me where I'm at, and I will stop everything that I'm doing, and I will follow you wholeheartedly. And God came and he answered me, and here I am. Well, my old pastor was getting ready to retire, and there was like about 4 people at the church. If anyone's going to take this church over, I want it to be you. And I was like, at first I said no, because I didn't feel like I was ready. I didn't feel like I was equipped, and I didn't feel like I was worthy enough. After prayer and spending time with the Lord, he put it in my heart. This is what I want you to do. So what we did is that we ended up taking over the church, and that was back in 2009. So we've been totally independent for 4 years now, and that's where New Beginnings Ministries outreach came into play. I share with people is that New Beginnings Ministry, the church that we minister now, was started at a Wendy's on Dixie with only 8 people. And we sat there over a burger and fries, and we began to lay out the vision. And that's where it came to play at. My dad was a co-founder of New Beginnings Ministries, rest his soul. At first, I didn't even have a clue of a food pantry or anything like that. My only objective back then when we first started was just preach the gospel. But at the point, how God works is that at the point our ministry had hit a standstill. Like, we were just stuck. And then the food ministry came in, and we had 2 people came in and just started pulling up with a truck. And then all of a sudden another guy came, and he had a connection over here. And the next thing you know, we in the basement we had tables just full of food, and every Tuesday, we would see new faces and new people. And I can say this in 3 years that everybody that has came in that church has walked out with a full box of food. Always the week before school starts, we start rounding up backpacks in like the end of June. And then we start the plan where we have barbers come in. We call out for barbers to come in. It just began to grow, and then we have to do nails for the girls and haircuts, and to know that you're able to help transform and help somebody get their life back in order. It's great. I love it. I love it.
My name is Claudia Delgado. I am the wife of Pastor Augustine Delgado. And we're just humbled to be able to serve Saginaw. We're regular, normal people. We are just passionate about our belief. The vision was to preach the gospel, proclaim the good news, and serve our community. It's not anyone else but God getting the recognition that he deserves first and foremost. We're just the vessels being used.